In this video, I'm going to teach you about some of the latest tools coming out that are changing the jobs market forever to give a real edge to people who understand the latest developments in AI. The jobs hiring process is rubbish. So having been an interviewer and an interviewee, I can tell you that 90% of what happens in the intricate dance between somebody applying for a job and then eventually getting the job is a complete waste of time. So often you get asked for things like how many years of experience you've got. Well, what if you've been terrible all that time? Or you get asked about what industries you've worked in when most of them are completely irrelevant anyway. Or my all-time least favorite is what university you went to. In my view, going to a posh university means you are either clever or rich. But guess what? There's no way to tell which one it is. And finally, cover letters, also a total waste of everybody's time. The arrogance of hiring managers to say that everybody needs to write this big, long, rambling essay about why they're a wonderful applicant for the job, I think is unnecessary and silly and annoying for everyone. I never tend to ask for cover letters when I hire people because it's just basically a proxy for how much spare time you've got. And somebody who's a really good potential applicant probably doesn't have that much spare time because they're busy filling it with other stuff. So anyway, the world of AI is coming in to remedy all of the woes with this broken system. And so the first tool I came across is called Kick Resume. So this is quite obviously for automating a very laborious part of the job process, which is the CV creation or resume creation for our American friends. Now, all it did was ask me for my name and my job title. And as you can see, it filled in a whole load of information in a completely hallucinated CV. None of the data in there is in any way real, but it's pretty convincing. And obviously you would have time to edit and update it as you please. I also really like the various different design templates that you can use on this one. I think they're a very nice and clever way of distributing this information effectively. So the next tool I've found is called Prepper by Adzuna, who are a job site, and they have created a interview coach so that when you go into these interviews, you can be prepared by having already answered a whole bunch of different questions that are likely to come up. This one actually seems like a pretty good innovation to me. It means that you can put in the job description of the job that you're applying for, you can put in the job title of the job that you're applying for, and then it will use presumably the GPT-4 API to pump out a load of really relevant questions that you can then practice answering. So I think it's pretty smart. Also, there is no reason why you wouldn't be able to use this in real time if you're conducting a remote interview. So I suspect that this one is going to completely disrupt that part of the job hiring process. Another one is AI cover letters by Grammarly. So it gives you tips for writing your cover letter, but it will also generate the whole thing for you. And it's got a load of FAQs on here as well. So you can just put in what you need and then it will give you a cover letter. Now, all of these tools are pretty good, but they all seem to me to be a skin written on top of GPT-4. And usually you can do all of this stuff in ChatGPT yourself anyway. So there's nothing on here that I can see that's especially unique that you wouldn't be able to do by just creating a good prompt in ChatGPT. One interesting feature on the Adzuna one is that you can speak to a pirate, which is clearly just a kind of silly little thing that they've designed to try and make it go viral. But I'm pretty sure you can do that in GPT. You just tell it to talk back to you like a pirate. You could tell it to talk back to you like anything, really. So nothing especially unique about these, but clearly what they're trying to do is access a market who aren't especially up to speed with ChatGPT. And I think it will work. Adzuna seems to be getting lots of media coverage. I think the broader point here, though, the interesting thing is that this really will disrupt the jobs market. For a while, people will write their CV and write all their cover letters using ChatGPT, and hiring managers will just be surprised to find all of these wonderful, perfect cover letters. But after a while, hopefully what will happen is that hiring managers will realize that everybody's just writing their cover letters with GPT and will do away with the whole idea of cover letters in the first place. And hopefully they will just look at the person and they will meet them. And they will meet as many people as they can for short meetings and just go through some real competency-based questions. That's the way to hire, is to ask competency-based questions and then dig into the details when people respond to them. That would be my recommendation, because if you're doing that in real time, in person, then there's no way that they could answer you with ChatGPT. So that's my view on this. I think there are some interesting tools out there. I'd recommend you check them out and you have a look. Tell me what you think, and tell me whether you think the jobs market's going to be massively disrupted, as I do, over the coming few years. I'll see you next time.